Exciting to get back out there. Anxious to see a lot of those young guys get to participate. Some of the older guys catching on to some of the new things on defense, and some of the older guys just leading. And you can see some of those guys stepping up that they're going to be counted upon just how they acted and felt more comfortable out there and see their roles that they have to step up. I was very pleased with a lot of that. Defensively, I thought they picked up pretty much for very few times I see a lot of missed assignments and things and some new calls, and I was very proud of that. But the kids hustled. Thought they played hard in practice. Of course, it's never where you want to be on the first day. Been out there a while, but not displeased at all. Thought we got good work in, got better, and got that first practice under our belt, so they get a tempo and what's expected, and how those other guys, new coaches are going to coach them, and the old guys, some of these new guys young guys, that are being pushed up into that mix now where they're getting a lot of reps and quality reps, and understanding that pressure and consistency in which they got to play with. But not a bad day. Not a good solid first practice.
Might as well get the quarterback questions out of the way too. Just how those guys look.
Oh, they had their good day. Their good things and bad things. They're learning, but very comfortable. Very proud of for the most. All the run checks and things felt very good on. Knew where there was very few missed assignments. Maybe it was a little windy at times, but I throw a ball here and there. But for the most part, was very pleased with the consistency of being able to manage the team. That's the first thing. Being able to get in the huddle, call the plays, get us going to even when they missed a throw, but still going to the right guy. You know what I'm saying? Even if they missed a throw or made a throw, and it was very good because the good thing about it, you get a lot of experienced receivers out there, so guys are getting in the right spot, which makes it a lot easier on them. And they're going to get there. So I was very pleased with that, with them making decisions. I like for the most part, their decision making on the day. The guys that were around all day.
How much different is the defensive stuff during practice now with the new staff?
In what way?
Just the way things are run. Is it?
Well, no, it's just still the same tempo of practice and the same coaching, same. They may emphasize a different individual drill or something like that, and some schematic stuff. We did a lot of middle field stuff today. In other words, a lot of single high coverages. The threes, the sixes, the mans, the one rats. All that different stuff, and so from that standpoint, but just add a call or two, just the verbiage. It's like learning a new language at times. We kept a lot of the old verbiage, but some of the new stuff was a little different. So, but I was for the most part pretty pleased with the calls they did. You can tell when a guy totally busts something or not. You didn't see a lot of that on defense for the most part. The guys communicated well. I've learned pretty good.
How does it feel, even as far as the communication with these new coaches? How is it different from
I don't think it's different. No, I don't really think it's different. You just. For us, I've been around them a long time. You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, it was pretty natural, and they know how. Most of those guys know the tempos of what we do in practice and how we practice. So from that standpoint, it really wasn't that big a change. It really wasn't.
And because the kids have already gone through fourth quarter drills with some of them.
Exactly, and they know their personalities a little bit, and know how when they're challenging you, when they're encouraging you, and when they're getting on you for or when they're upset with you. You know what I'm saying? I think from that standpoint, that fourth quarter drill, makes it a lot easier when you get out there on the field.
It's Coach Sanders' first opportunity to work with the quarterbacks in a practice setting. What was that like? How's it maybe different than in the past with Damian?
Not really much different. Because he's got such vast experience with him. He's coached him a long time in a lot of different places, and we share a lot of the same philosophies. And as we talk and we sort things out, so it really wasn't. It really, And I thought Randy did a nice job. He picked them, and if I could coach one, because there's, when you got four of them that are doing well, it's easy. You got to make sure it's hard to communicate with all those guys all the time, but having two guys there to bang that off of and get information to the guys, it went pretty well.
I was going to ask you about that too. Is it smooth? You haven't really had four guys who've had to work inconsistently like that. Was that pretty smooth
but the way we practice though with the ones and threes, twos and fours, they constantly getting reps, and we got drills going on. So they're constantly getting all the reps and the learning, and I was very pleased. I thought they did a nice job.
How about DeMarcus Walker? Is he all right? I thought
no, he did not practice because there is the clearinghouse is double checking the class. He's been here, but something on his they come up and said that they wanted to make sure on a class before he's cleared or whatever. So I'm anticipating everything will be fine. I don't think there's anything wrong, but just how the clearinghouse goes over everything, and we'll dot their I's, cross their T's, that type of thing. But he did not get to practice.
What about Marvin?
No, I'm sorry.
Marvin.
Bracy? No, he was not out there today. We sat in the meetings, did all that, and had some track stuff. So.
I didn't see Henry Arelis out there. Is he still on the team? Or
no, Henry's graduating.
Okay.
Henry's going to graduate.
You had touched on this, I think, after fourth quarter drills or whatever, but how difficult is it with Marvin trying to balance those two? Obviously there's parts of the offense that you want him to pick up.
Well, it's not hard to do, because I did a lot of this at LSU with Trenton Holiday, Xavier Carter, Devery Henderson, Benny Brazil, But what you have to do, you have to have some time to be out there, or you are going to be relegated to certain things. You run a post, a deep ball, return kicks, those kind of things, run a cross route. But when you're actually learning to run routes and how they adjust the coverages and things, I mean, that does affect it to a point. So, I mean, you know, but we'll have time to get him out there some. We're definitely going to do that. He's going to have a great summer. But he'll have a role. We'll find some things for him to do, I promise.
So he will be out often.
Yes, he'll be out some, yes.
Coach, it looked like Chad Abrams put on some size and he could be a bruiser at fullback this year. Does that change?
He's actually about the same weight, though. He really is. They may just, I think he's lifted hard, maybe changed his body a little bit, but he's a very powerful guy. He's a very athletic guy, very, very explosive. So I thought Chad had a nice day today. I mean, he did, for adjusting to the new role and being in the starters and getting up there for the first time. I thought he did a nice job.
Hey, how do you feel like Terrence Smith at strong side? I mean, how do you feel like he fits there?
He jumped out at me a couple times today. You know, I saw him just flash and make some plays, you know, in the defense and do some nice things in the run game, you know, and fitting and understanding. And I think you see a little different look in Terrence's eye because I think he sees it, you know, he has a chance to be a starter, and sometimes that, you know, wakes a guy up and just seemed to have a pretty good day. We'll watch the film up here and see, but seemed to have a nice day.
Can you know how somebody like Bobby Hart did until you watch the film?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember any glaring mistakes. You know what I mean? I mean, and well, when you're in drills and one-on-ones and stuff like that, and we'll watch some of the other drills when they're pass pro and look at some of that on there. But I think Bobby seemed to have a good day. But again, we'll watch the film to judge. But assignment-wise and moving around different, you know, where he did it right tackle, I thought he was.
Did you watch the film right after, like tonight? Right
Oh, we
now?
will. We'll practice tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll
Okay,
watch
so
it
you
right
watch
now.
it
So
and-
tomorrow's installation and moving on to the next things and things you do and review it. So we'll hit it tonight. Yes, sir.
How's Lamarcus just working with some of those young DBs and moving back to corner?
It was good. Getting him out there jamming. And boy, he is so competitive. Golly. Every time somebody catches the ball, Coach, he pushed. He never gets beat. But and that's a great thing. I mean, I love him. I mean, he's the ultimate competitor. And I really and tell you what, for a little guy, he's so powerful, heavy-handed, and jamming those guys. He can get out of his cuts too. He can get out of his hips and break on some balls. And he had a pick in the slot today he really went through a guy and burst on one, and actually the quarterback made a good read. He just beat the guy out of the spot. You know what I mean? And that electricity when he's in that, you know, playing in the slot and doing some things outside. Man, he had a couple really nice plays today, I thought.